In this video, you're going to learn how to sell merchant fulfilled on Amazon. And I'm going to share with you over the shoulder, step by step, how to get started in terms of making a product for sale on Amazon as merchant fulfilled, and all the way throughout the process of getting a sale and then shipping. I'm going to share with you absolutely everything on screen, and I'm going to fulfill an order we have got in our business. If you don't know who I am, my name is Kev here from LifeSuccessEngineer.com, and since 2015, we actually started an Amazon FBA business, and throughout that time, we've been able to build our business where we have a fantastic team now. We actually ship thousands of products every single month to Amazon FBA. But what we did about 18 to 24 months ago, we actually started selling merchant fulfilled from the warehouse too, where we actually get orders every single day. And what I wanted to do is I asked the team, do not dispatch one order, leave one order on screen so I can present this demo to you. And right now, if you're looking at merchant fulfilled, this is a great opportunity for you to utilize merchant fulfilled. This basically means that instead of you shipping to Amazon's fulfillment centers, where they will take care of the shipping and the collection of the item, the packaging, and sending it to the customer, you would be in control of that. And that's what we've been doing from our warehouse operation. So let's get started from an overview point of view. Why would you want to do merchant fulfilled? Well, Amazon over the last couple of months and a couple of years at this point, they've been expanding massively on Amazon FBA, and Amazon FBA is fantastic, as you know. Prime, next day delivery, if not the same day delivery, but some items cannot be fulfilled in terms of Amazon FBA. It might be hazardous products. There may be a situation going on where they are restricting specific categories. Like right now, at the time of this recording, there's this pandemic with the coronavirus, which means that there's a lot of products that we're unable to ship FBA. So you may want to consider merchant fulfilled. There is merchant fulfilled as well as there's seller fulfilled prime. And seller fulfilled prime is basically you being able to ship very, very rapidly, just like prime in terms of FBA, but it would be from your warehouse or your place of work, your home. Okay, so that's the major difference. It's either Amazon shipping FBA or it's you shipping directly to the customer, which is merchant fulfilled or self-fulfilled prime. Okay, so what we'll do is I'm in my Seller Central account where I'm going to just share everything with you. You can actually see right here, I've got an open order, dispatch order. I've actually got this here, and it says number one. We right now we're getting orders every single day, and the demand has increased so much, as well as some of our partners that ship through our warehouse as well. We've been fulfilling their orders as well, and that's the operations are growing so much. And I'll share everything with you as well, so you can see how do we get to this point to begin with. How do we actually make that available? So I'm just going to go through and I'm going to share with you sort of from an inventory point of view. So let's say you've actually got stock there already, right? So you've just gone on to inventory and you've gone on to manage FB inventory. And you can see that if you've added products, and I'll share with you in terms of adding products, but if you've got an item already that you've added, and it may have been added FBA originally, you can actually convert to, if you click onto the checkbox there, then you can actually convert to merchant fulfilled. Okay, change to fulfilled by merchant. If I click on that, what Amazon's going to do, it's going to say, right, okay, this has been converted from fulfilled by Amazon. So you can see here, currently fulfilled by Amazon, and I want to convert it to, I want to fulfill it, okay, from the warehouse. So I'm just going to click on convert. So once you've done that, it may take a couple of minutes for Amazon to actually convert it. And you will know once it's converted, when you update it, it will now say that this item is where usually you would have like inbound, unfulfillable, reserved. You've now got this box here that says available. Okay, this box saying available, that is basically you adding quantity to that particular item. Okay, so if you had, let's say you had 10 of these units now, and they were in your home or in your warehouse, you would then put 10 here, and you would press save. Once you've pressed save, that item becomes available on Amazon right away. It would be available. Amazon have been told that you've got 10 of these, and then on that listing, depending on the buy box, depending on the current circumstance of that listing, different sellers, if you are applicable for the buy box, if you're the only one that's selling it, if you're competitive with your price, you may be the one in the buy box, and it would state that you've got 10 available. Okay, that's how you convert. Very, very simple. It does take a couple of seconds here while Amazon, they convert from FBA to FBM, but very, very straightforward. At that point there, it's available. And the original screen that I shared with you where I've got an order, that's then you waiting around to see whether you get an order. Now, if you don't have that, okay, let's say for example, you did not have the item in your Amazon Seller Central to begin with. So this is how you would do it. You would go to your inventory, and then you go to add a product, okay, just like you would usually do. Once you've added the product, so let's say you was going to add an item here. I'm just going to click on this particular item, okay, completely at random. It just so happens to be like a house phone, right? I wanted to sell this, and I'm going to sell yours, okay? Depending on whether you're allowed to sell it, categories, restrictions, whether you are gated or not, that's for another conversation, but really it's about what your circumstance is right now. If you're allowed to sell it, then Amazon will say you're allowed to sell it. If you're not allowed to sell it, then Amazon will state that you're not allowed to sell it, okay? But if you're allowed to sell it, then it would look like this. You can go into advanced view, then you put your price, okay? So let's say you're gonna put, I'm just making this up, $79.99. The condition, let's say it is new, okay? If you're selling new, don't know if you're selling old or whatever the situation is. You can see the lowest price is £42. It's come up with that straight away. And then what happens is at the bottom here, there's lots of different information here in terms of handling time and can this be gift messaged, and it's up for you to sort of look at sort of adding this information if you want. But then it says fulfillment channel. You've got number one here, Amazon will dispatch and provide customer service. That's FBA. Or I will ship this myself. Okay, I will ship this myself. I'm going to put in ship this myself. I'm going to put that quantity. Let's say I had 10 of these as well. Okay, let's say I had 10. And then what you would do is you would simply press save and finish. Okay, save and finish. Once you press save and finish, what this is going to do, it's going to make available those 10. So one thing that you're going to want to work out is your Amazon fees. What it is that you're going to be paying Amazon to actually list your products as fulfillment by merchant, okay, FBM instead of FBA. So they're slightly different in terms of fees. So what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to go onto the revenue calculator as you normally would to know your fees. Make sure you select the right country, UK, Europe, US, wherever you're at. You're going to want to search for that particular, the ASIN that you're searching for. So I'm just going to go on to any ASIN. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this one. Just so happens to be some shower gel here. Then you can see that there's different fees depending on what it is that your whereabouts you are, what time of year and everything you're looking at. So do be careful with Amazon if they do introduce new fees and things. But you've got Amazon fulfillment, okay, or you've got your fulfillment. Now this is where it's really, really important. This is the your fulfillment. Now you're not doing FBA. FBA is when Amazon are obviously fulfilling it. Now you're going to want to know if you are, what they're going to charge you if you're the one that's actually selling it, right? So your fulfillment, let's just say it was, I don't know, $79.99 again. Let's say your delivery costs, I don't know what your delivery costs would be. We're going to go on to the shipping side of it a little bit later, but let's say it was like $2.90. And then the cost of self-fulfillment, I can just click here. It says, I do not know my detailed fulfillment costs. This is where if you're doing it yourself in terms of labor, materials, whatever the situation is, your customer support, you may have a team and everything, right? So you may have everything in there. So, but let's say you've got a team, let's say you're working things out. I'm just going to put a random, let's say it was like £1. I don't know what this would be for you. If you've got a team, if you've got somebody packing your material costs and stuff, right? You'll have to work that out. The cost of product, let's say it costs me £20 to get it. Then I can calculate. What this is basically then doing is it's going to say what our fees are, right? It's going to say what our fulfillment by merchant fees are. And it says here that the selling on Amazon fee, this is basically to sell on Amazon Marketplace, you pay the referral fee and the closing fee. And that's going to be the £12, according to this, the £12 and 43 pence. And it's saying that that's how it's split up. It's split up into the Amazon referral fee. There's a variable closing fee, which is 0. But this is basically, you're going to want to make sure that you know what your costs are. Whatever your delivery costs are, whatever the selling on Amazon fees are, just make sure that you do your sums correctly. Okay, so I just need to put that in here. Okay, so you've got an order. So a sale has come in, and if you've got the phone app and the app has gone cha-ching, you've made some money, or you've logged into your Seller Central account and it says dispatch orders, you've got 1, 10, 100, whatever the situation is, and now is the time to actually ship. Now's the time to actually get that to the customer as soon as possible. So at this point here, we're starting to talk about the actual prep of the item, okay? So you hopefully are storing the item somewhere. I mean, what we do in the warehouse, we have different locations for different of our partners, because we do fulfillment by merchant as well, part of our operations in the warehouse. And you would then, obviously, as soon as you get the order, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on that order, and you're going to want to see what item it is. You're going to want to have materials, whether that's bagging, bubble wrap, labels, your printer. You're going to want to have all this in place. I'm assuming at this point that you're going to have all that in terms of labels, in terms of the material, whether it's little boxes, whether it's bags, bubble wrap, tape, whatever you ultimately need to actually prep that item so it can actually withstand the travel to get to your customer. Okay, so I'm not going to go too much detail into the different supplies of that, but we have a great team at the warehouse where we will do that. Okay, so to complete the order, so one thing that I'll mention here is we actually have a business account with Royal Mail, who we actually have Royal Mail, they come and pick our orders up every single day from our premises. So every day, Monday through till Friday, week on week, we have any orders, any amount of orders that we get, we actually have Royal Mail come pick up at our premises, where we have them shipping from our warehouse, right? So if you want to learn any more about us, we actually have a website that you can go to, fbaprepserviceuk.com, where you'll see more about us, you'll learn more about us. We do lots of different things here, including FBM, right? So we have a Royal Mail account. So when we're on Amazon and it says dispatch orders, so what you're going to do is you're going to click onto ship orders now, because this is the point where you're actually looking at what the product is, okay, what the order is. You need to know what it is that you've actually sold. So you can see here, there's a couple of things, really, really important things. One, you can see the order details, the name, etc., which it'll all be blurred. There'll be a lot of things that will be blurred here, simply confidential. I don't want to give any buyers' names or addresses and things. Then the product name, the product name, the details, the quantity. Okay, that's obviously very, very important. What it is that you've sold and the quantity of that particular item. And then Amazon then say what it is that the expectations of that delivery date, right? So at the time of this, we've basically got to ship it in the next 2 days. So we've got today and tomorrow to ship this item, and then it should be delivered in the next sort of week, right? At least. So at this point, you've got a number of actions. You've got buy shipping, confirm shipment, you've got manage invoice, you've got print packing slip, you've got cancel order. I highly recommend that you don't cancel any orders. If you're going to go down that road, you're going to start causing yourself some issues when it comes to your Amazon performance, right? You want to minimize the cancel of any orders. You want to minimize any if you don't ship by this date and you go past it, you end up getting the delay warning where the shipment rate is out of Amazon's scope, and they will clamp down on you. They will shut you down if you're not in their key performance indicators, right? So that's very, very key. Then we start talking about buying shipping. And if I click on buying shipping, so this is what we do. We actually buy shipping, right? And there's a couple of things to discuss when you're on here. Again, there's going to be a lot of things sort of blurred out because we literally have like the address of the person and everything here. So please do bear with me here. But you can, down at the bottom where it says complete the parcel that you want to buy, you can see straight away that you've got to put in the weight, you've got to put in the dimensions. So if I wanted to change the parcel dimensions, you can change the dimensions of whatever the parcel package that you're using. The delivery service, you can see that there's going to be a number of delivery service options. You can see this is the Royal Mail, so this is a whole load of different options you've got, from special delivery to second class small parcel. Okay, where you've got like all the different charges from $2.95 it says here, and 11, right? So you've got different delivery charges here. Then what happens is when it comes to the buy shipping preferences, you can see at the bottom here it says buy shipping preferences. There's a number of different settings that you may want to look at in your account. One, shipping settings. Okay, if you go onto your Amazon account and you see that there's settings here, it says shipping settings. Okay, shipping settings here, it's going to bring you onto this page where you've got general options for you to explore. Your shipping address, how many days that you're going to actually get the order shipped by, the handling time. You can look into this at your own sort of leisure. There's also, when it comes to the buy shipping preferences, there's this page that Amazon give you in terms of instructions and guidance, really, where we just followed this. We followed everything that they say in terms of the buy shipping preferences, what our preferences is. Because we've got that Royal Mail business account, it allows me to go onto this this order. I can then go, it says buy shipping for your items that have not been dispatched, because it hasn't. I then just have to click on what I would like. Okay, so let's say I'm gonna go for Royal Mail second class, and you can see it says in the expected deliveries by Friday the 27th. At this point here, what basically happens is, depending on what you have, so it says provide information, enter restricted, or so you can see if it's prohibited or if it's restricted goods. Now you've got to be careful when you are looking at what you're actually shipping, right? And if it is a hazardous material with who you're using, then you've got to make sure that you fulfill your own obligations on that. You know, I can't say to you, this is a rule of thumb of this is what's hazardous, this is what's not. You're going to have to look at what courier you're using, whether it's from Royal Mail to whether you're using TNT or DPD, or if you're in the US using someone else. You're going to have to look at what they class as okay and what they class as not okay, right? So in this case, I'm just going to put it's not restricted. Okay, so what I've done there is I've just had to, it didn't come up with the buy shipping, and then I clicked on restricted, and then it did come up. And now I've just gone on to not restricted again, and it's still there. So there was maybe a little bit of a glitch in the system here, nothing unusual, but we've clicked as it's not restricted. It's not restricted. We can send it. You can then see it says the label print orientation. You've got to decide what your print is, what your labels and everything are. And then dispatch date, that's the dispatch date right now. And then I can see that I can simply click buy shipping, okay? Once I've purchase the shipping, what will happen is the label will be made available. And then that label can be printed, it can be put onto the item, and the team can get it collected by Royal Mail. So what I'll do, I'll share some clips of being in the warehouse, the girls printing out the label, making sure it's all being done, and then it's going to be picked up. And then that's going to allow you to complete the whole process on FBM. But if you did want to, just before I go on to the warehouse, if you did want to learn any more about us, please just check out FBAPrepServiceUK.com. We have lots of different options available from FBA, FBM, Wholesale. We're currently just working with some companies in terms of forwarding, pallets. We do a lot of different things here, and FBM is just one of them. So let's cut on over to the warehouse so you can actually see them in motion. Okay, so what I've done is I've asked the team to film the completion of the order. So what they've done is they've printed out the packing slip, and the packing slip is the information on the item. This is like the customer receipt, if you like. When they open up the package, it's going to have this packing slip. And depending on what you've actually sold and what you're actually selling, then you're going to want to do the correct preparation for that particular item, whether it's a bundle, whether it needs bubble wrapping, whether it needs taping, whatever the situation is regarding that particular item. So you can see what they've done. You've got the packing slip, and then we need to weigh it. As we saw on screen, it needs to be weighed, the weight and the dimensions. It all needs to go into Amazon. Everything needs to, Amazon need to know exactly what the weight and the dimensions were. So you're going to want to, you decide what you use, whether it's a bag, whether it's a box, whatever's most appropriate for you. So once that's been done, you're then going to be able to actually put it into the bag. Okay, great. So once the shipping label has been sent to the printer, you can then take it off the scales. You can actually bag it as required, and then it's nearly ready for it to go. All you need to do is actually take the item. We're going to have to go back to the printer, so they're going to shoot off back to the printer. They're going to take the actual the shipping slip. That's going to be really easy just now to apply to the package. You can see it needs to be just clearly onto the package like that, and then it goes into the Royal Mail bag. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that subscribe button. Please share it with anybody that's interested in FBM, Fulfillment by Merchant. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. It just allows me to show that it was a good video, you enjoyed the video. And as always, my name's Kev here from LifeSuccessEngineer.com, inspiring you every single day to keep taking massive action. If you need anything whatsoever, check out our website at LifeSuccessEngineer.com or FBAPrepServiceUK.com. I look forward to seeing you in the very next video. Take care.